Hi everyone, it's Miss Brenner. I hope you guys are having a healthy, happy April so far. And I just wanted to go over some things that we talked about in our meeting this week and some of the things that people have been emailing me and asking. So this is kind of an in-between video to give you a foreshadowing as far as what's going to happen come next week. So let's start off with what's happening this week. This is a bit of an in-between week before we start participation grading for fourth marking period. Now, during this week, if you have any assignments that are missing from the third marking period, you can turn those in for credit up till the 17th of April. With that being said, I would recommend going on to Home Access and seeing what assignments you may be missing and contacting me if there's an assignment that you are missing that you feel like you can't complete at home at this moment, so that way we can work something out. With that, I would also like to point out that all the assignments for this week I kept the same as the past 2 weeks. The reason I did that was because a lot of people have been working or a lot of things have been happening, so they haven't been able to get to all the optional learning activities from April 1st till the 17th of April here. Now, because everybody has been so busy, I didn't want to add more assignments on top of that. These optional learning activities are not graded. Nothing is graded from these learning activities from April 1st till the 19th of April. Assignments will begin to be graded on April 20th, and they are graded for participation. The assignments that are graded for participation will look very similar to these optional learning activities, but will be named participation assignments. And I will go over what they look like in just a moment. So I'm just going to show you that these are still the same audio short stories from the past 2 weeks. The links and questions are still here in the slides. So if you go to Schoology and you go into our folder, you'll see that the optional learning activities are still there. They're still the same activities, and they still pop up over here on this side, as we discussed in our meeting. With that, I'm going to give you a preview as what's coming on the 20th, because I had several questions about that. Now, starting on the 20th, the assignments will be graded for participation. There will be 6 different activities, and each of the activities are worth 1 point. In order to get a sufficient participation grade, you must complete 5 out of the 6 activities meeting expectations. That means you have to have shown a motivated drive to complete the activity in order to get that 1 point. You cannot just put, if it's a short answer question, you can't just type gibberish and expect to get the point. But you have to show that you read and understand and are attempting to answer the question. So I'm going to give you a bit of a preview as far as what's happening on the 20th for that week and how they will be graded. So our first activity is going to be audio notes. I'm going to put up an ed puzzle of me going over notes about horror information, since we're going to be covering some horror stories and talking about monsters of that kind. I'm going to have 5 questions in the ed puzzle that I'm going to ask you, and then you'll have to answer them in order to show that you watched and understood the notes, and then you'll get that point. For our second activity, it's going to be creative writing. I have 4 different creative writing prompts. You'll be asked to do one, and then to turn that in for a point, that you either wrote a poem, did a journal entry, wrote a letter, something of that nature. Activity 3 is silent reading. We've been doing silent reading like this for a little bit now. It's 60 minutes of silent reading, and then you tell us a little bit about what you read and your predictions for the book in a discussion on our Schoology page. Activity 4 is going to be vocabulary and grammar, very similar to that was listed in the learning activities from before. News articles, so just like before, picking a news article, sharing something with our class, so that way we can talk and discuss about what we are learning outside of just our regular audio class reading. And then horror story analysis. What makes a monster? That was our notes from before. So I'm going to ask that you research a monster of your choice. So that could be zombies, it could be vampires, it could be a monster that I don't know about, but you have some expectations on what you can tell us in our discussion post for our class about these monsters. And then if you need an example in that Edpuzzle video that you will have answered questions about, there is an example of what I'm expecting. Alrighty. And that would be our different activities for this week, for the 20th through the 26th. Each of them are worth a point. In order to get the sufficient grade for that week for marking period 4, you need to do 5 out of the 6 activities. Alrighty. As far as questions that I've got from students and emails, asking when it started, which is going to be the 20th of April, how it's graded. Each activity is graded per week. 6 activities, 5 out of 6 gets you a sufficient grade. Where are they going to be located? They're going to be just like we've been doing. They're going to be uploaded to Schoology. I'm going to upload a video like this. I'm going to walk you through how you complete them, and you complete 5 out of the 6. And then when do they close? So it says the 20th through the 26th. The 26th at midnight, that week's activities will close. And every week they will close Sunday at midnight. So they will open Monday at 8 a.m. and then the following Sunday they will close at midnight. I hope that this video helps. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me. We'll have another meeting on this next coming Tuesday, which would be the 21st. So please feel free to stop by or send me an email. I do have office hours from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Thursday. And I hope you all are doing well, and I miss you. Please take care of yourself, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye.